This week, Harlan is off traveling, and we're going to talk about rethinking retirement, investing outside of Wall Street. Everybody, I'm Mike Jacobson with Attune Investments, and we're talking about beyond the stock market, diversifying your retirement portfolio with real estate. So, moving in retirement brings a lot of changes. When to take retirement benefits, when do you take Social Security? How do you turn your nest egg into a large income stream? What do you do with your time? And we also have a renewed emphasis on health. Harlan likes to go running a lot. I end up playing pickleball and riding a Peloton, but we have it's almost like a daily routine, each of us, in order to stay in shape. And for some of us, we neglected that for a number of years. But when you get into retirement, you start putting an emphasis back on that. You want to make the most of your time, and you may want to have a spouse you want to make sure that you're able to take care of. So if you're not able to, what are you going to do? You really want to be around for that other person. So we have to start by taking care of ourselves. It's kind of like putting your oxygen mask on first in the event you lose cabin pressure on an airplane. But with all these things, it is a lot to do, a lot to learn. It's almost like taking on a new full-time job when you retire. But we do take time to stay healthy. And we also want to take time to learn about our investing options, particularly those beyond the stock market. Annuities have limited returns, and it amazes me how many of those are sold by financial planners. These are guys who supposedly have a fiduciary duty to look after your finances, and they end up selling annuities, which do not necessarily produce the best returns. But depending on your resources, for some people, it might be the best option. But I think many of you are in a better position and able to seek out what kind of returns you can get and what might be beyond the stock market. So the stock market generally produces around a 10% annualized return, and sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes it's up 40%, sometimes down 40%. I think we can all remember times like that. Feels good when it's up, but it really hurts when it's down. But you can have those year-to-year wide swings. So one of our favorite options is real estate because the total returns are frequently higher than the average of the stock market. Not always higher, but the real estate tends to be higher than the stock market average. We also want passive income. We want to maintain control over our time. That means we don't want to be involved with it day to day. We don't want to be a day trader either. But, there's a fast way to lose some money, but we want passive. We like the mailbox money coming in. And sometimes it doesn't even go to the mailbox anymore. It'll just go straight into our bank account. So that's really nice. So within real estate, there's so many areas. We have settled in on multifamily syndications or partnerships. And those have opportunities for limited partners who want to invest without taking on duties like landlording or management. A lot of people don't want to be landlords anymore. You want to be able to travel around the world, different places, not have to worry about the tenants and toilets, uh, calls that come in at 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon or even later. Uh, we also find the real estate investments to be relatively safe. A partnership can hold assets that are owned by the partnership, and it's a real asset. It's real estate. The likelihood of real estate falling significantly in value is very low. And the returns are generally better than stock market, hands-free mailbox money. And there's 5 reasons uh, why we like to call real estate the ideal investment. It spells out ideal: income, depreciation, equity accumulation, amortization, and leverage. First of all, you have the income on the property. You have tenants paying rent. If it's self-storage, people are still paying rent for a storage unit. So you have the regular income coming in every month. And after expenses, a portion of that may be paid to the partners. You also have depreciation. That's an allowance that is written into the tax code so we can depreciate the value of the property and offset income. So it's possible that we can end up having depreciation offset all of the income and not have to pay taxes on that in the year we receive it. We also have equity accumulation. As the time goes on, the property increases in value. So we have that equity buildup or equity accumulation. We can also have forced equity, where we go in and make improvements to a property, and that increases the cash flow. But with a commercial property, when you increase the cash flow, you also increase the value of that property, and we are building in equity in that process. We also have amortization. You're familiar with loan amortization, paying down a home mortgage. We also have the same benefit with commercial properties. So as the loan is paid down, that amortization increases our equity. So as the tenants pay the rent, one of our expenses is that mortgage, and a portion of the mortgage goes to pay down, or a portion of the payment every month goes to pay down that mortgage. And finally, we have leverage. We are able to use a commercial loan to get leverage on a property without affecting your personal credit. So that leverage, excuse me, help us boost our returns so that we are no longer just providing a hedge against inflation, but we are using the leverage as a tool to multiply our returns. And excuse me. So use leverage to multiply the returns and create better returns for our investors. So our process, one of the things I saw recently, some of the lessons people learned from Warren Buffett, and someone pointed out he had a priority, integrity first, and then intelligence, and sought out energetic people. So when he was looking for a manager, he wanted to see the integrity, wanted to see the intelligence, and wants them to be energetic. We have a similar process when we are looking for syndicators that we want to invest with. So we want to find good, reputable operators that have an established track record. Part of the vetting process includes finding out what are the things that have gone wrong and how do they deal with them. Are they open with the investors? Are they transparent? Do they let you know what's going on? What have they done in a tough situation? And you want to see that track record. You want to see them having done multiple deals where they've gone from acquisition to dispossession, or what we call full cycle. But we also want to see what the challenges are they have encountered going along the way. So this helps us, and by interviewing a number of them, we look at them, and then we want to invest with the best. So instead of so bottom line is that ends up helping us connect people with the best operators. So if you like this video and if you like what you're hearing, we'd like to invite you to download our free ebook, Three Keys to Unlocking Your Retirement Dreams. And feel free to contact us and check out the links in the comments below. Thank you.